All right, hello, Love Tribe. Welcome back, or welcome to the Abundant Insights channel. Dil Divine here, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide, bringing you a collective reading channeled message session. Essentially, I felt guided to come back on camera, get back on the YouTube movement with Spirit, and they kind of wanted me to lead this reading with the invitation to return to whatever are your like burning desire types of goals and intention, as well as the practices required to essentially be your best and healthiest self. So, of course, I always film and record with timeless intentions and timeless invitations. So, whenever this message finds you, let it find you, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, all that jazz. Um, Yet in this recent and now time of recording, what's been coming through a lot from Spirit and why I've been being nudged to get back in front of the camera and to work on recultivating consistency and discipline has been all of these invitations. Pardon me, I can definitely tell this channel is very Aquarius and this starseed oracle energy because I'm feeling very like in the cosmic cloud, so to speak. So thank you for bearing with me. Um, but it's this RE energy, reset, recalibrate, re-energize. It feels very like retrograde. I would need to check the astrology at this time because I don't think we are officially in Mercury retrograde. I think it might be coming soon though, in addition to some others. How, Either way, the invitation and the message that is coming through is returning to your intentions, goals, and the wellness practices, the habits that further unlock your energy and potential and take you further in the direction of fulfilling your goals, dreams, and desires. So, for example, in addition to me being encouraged by spirit, like just day by day, it's like the desire and the energy and need to return the camera has been building. I've also been guided back into daily journaling practice, at the very least, aiming for several days out of the week, more days than not, and absolutely yoga practice coming back, as well as picking back up I want to say, a formal and guided meditation practice and working through a particular guided meditation program at this time online. So some of y'all may be going through similar things. They don't have to be the exact same habits or the exact same methods as me. No. However, there may be, if this reading is for you, some strong calling to make it happen. Thank you, Spirit. However, I want to be clear that when I use the phrase make it happen, which is why I hesitated and paused, is because this is not meant to be an effort of like forcing something that's not fitting. Rather, this is making things happen by truly taking aligned and inspired actions on a consistent basis and setting yourself up for vibrational success. Thank you, Spirit. Setting yourself up for vibrational success. So, what that looks like, or can look like, at the very least, can include engaging in habits that raise and maintain your vibration, that purify your energy, and that direct your focus in alignment with your goals, with your intuition, with your soul and your soul's calling, let alone your soul gifts, magic, and talent, and things of that nature. And I'm feeling a lot in the crown and third eye, and I've been feeling a lot of that recently as well. So the way I want to do today is, I believe there's going to be an overall general collective message. So if you want to stick around for the entire video, you can. I am going to allow this though to be a timeless pathways pick a pile type of reading as well. And so the way it's going to work is I'm going to have different oracle card options, and each oracle card pile will receive tarot cards to bring it down to earth and further clarify it. So there's going to be three options. Some of y'all may be guided to listen to the whole reading. Some of y'all may want two out of three of the piles. Some of y'all may listen to one now and then come back maybe to another one and feel guided. So Please don't force the fit. Take what resonates. This is how spirit is working with me today. And so basically, choice number one, pile number one, will be the Starseed Oracle, Starseed Oracle deck, Starseed Oracle cards. Okay. Then pile number two, the choice is the Atlantis Oracle, Atlantean energies, Atlantean collective messages and energies. And then the last option, funny bone, will be the Ascended Masters Oracle from the Ascended Masters Collective. Okay? So this is the third option. All right, so now we're going to begin with option one, the Starseed Oracle. So let's get some shuffles. Please and thank you, Spirit. I already did prayers and setting up the energetic space before tuning in and recording today. I invite you, if you haven't already, to take a moment, take a breath, allow yourself to really land and receive, to be open to the messages that come to and through. You've already made it this far, so clearly you're buckled in and down for the ride and wanting to connect with Spirit, your guide, and receiving messages for your highest and holiest good. So let's allow that. Please and thank you, Starseed allies, family, friends, tribe, lineage. What message do we have for the love tribe today for pile one? Thank you. Flying out. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. I feel like one pop out is enough, and we're going to get the bottom of the deck with it. Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time in nature. You can't make this up. So here's Inner Earth, the first card. Get into it. Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. And then bottom of the deck, Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time in nature. And now at the time of recording, in this Aquarius season 2025, I have been getting lots of messages from my clients about pausing, waiting, slowing down, reviewing, refocusing, recalibrating, integrating as well. So we have inner earth and earth pulsing. All of this earth energy, this earth element, getting earth invitations to ground, to really ground and center ourselves, to ground and center our energies, to come back into form, to come back into wholeness. And I'm feeling coming back into wholeness, a wholeness that will only be felt and embodied by taking the pause to slow down, to integrate and survey the fullness of who we are, the fullness of who you are at this point in time. Essentially, it's as if, okay, they're giving me a computer analogy. Um, so it's as if you are this beautiful, just beautiful computer, and you've had 16 gigabytes of RAM. So basically 16 gigabytes of the memory that's required that allows you to run multiple processes, run processes with greater speed, greater efficiency, just basically operating better. Let's just say you had 16 gigabytes worth of RAM going on. And now there's something about recent work that you have done to level up, to update and upgrade yourself. You've now unlocked, let's just say 32 gigabytes of RAM. So doubled up. This is a metaphor. It could be far more exponential than that, and I feel like for the majority of people it is exponential, but they're giving me this concrete example to drive the point. So now you're at 32 gigs of RAM. There are upgrades and updates going on. However, your programming, your operating system, your current like dominant consciousness, I'm not talking about subconsciousness, your dominant consciousness is still used to and operating under the expectations and limitations of 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's time for a reset, a refresh, a re-indexing of yourself and your system and your bits and components, what you're working with, reset that so now you operate with the full belief and knowing and full self-possession, self-ownership of your 32 gigabytes of RAM. So basically, this collective, what I'm getting through is you have been activated, upgraded, updated. Your system has leveled up, and now Spirit is asking you and giving you the invitation and personal responsibility to reset and refresh your operating system. Basically, reboot the computer, reboot the system, so that next time you quote unquote wake up, you boot up, the system is clocking the 32 gigabytes of RAM. And then from there, of clocking it and registering it, it begins to operate with that and learn how to work with that expanded capacity. So yes, thank you, Holy Spirit and God. This pile, y'all are at the precipice of operating with an expanded capacity, gifts, talents, and abilities. So congratulations. What's going on right now, though, especially as I'm bringing in messages of comfort and compassion and inviting tenderness and slowing down, and I'm not doing this to be patronizing. I'm doing this to bring the energy down in a loving and calming way, not one of silencing or suppressing. This is like of a calming, like a in an appropriate like petting energy, like calming down, like as if you had, whether a beloved child or maybe a self-soothing exercise, or if you have a pet, especially, whether a cat or dog, and maybe you could tell they were a little bit wound up or anxious, and you know how people with pets will like literally pet their animal and kind of like brush their hair and be like, it's okay, relax, calm down. Spirit is doing that, not in a patronizing way. It's to kind of get us to rest and relax, because there's something about acknowledging that the recent actions, works, things that were done for these updates, upgrades, and expansions within and without yourself in your life, there was challenge and adversity with it. For some, struggle and strife straight up. I'm feeling like battling for your life, for your livelihood, for some, for most that are really resonating with this collective, to be honest. And so I say that because of the message of you'll survive this, and then it's followed by new solutions and beginnings. So that's giving me the energy and vibe of, you know, after darkness comes the dawn. This too shall pass. A storm shall pass, and comes the brighter and better day. After destruction can come divine co-creation. So whatever divine destruction was going on in your life, whether it was actual destruction of things or feeling destroyed by things and letting go of parts of self, Spirit is acknowledging you are being brought unto beautiful, like I'm getting like promised land vibes, holy land vibes, blessed places, blessed spaces, high vibrational environments and ambiances. Oh wow. And now that I'm even looking at the earth pulsing card more closely, I see a person laying on the bed of flowers. Get into that true grounding, laying in the sweet, soft flowers, these rose quartz, unconditionally loving flowers from the universe. Giving me Four of Swords energy too from the tarot, and I'm going to pull tarot in a minute to bring this further down to earth, this reading. Straight up, this pile right now, some of the best things that you can be doing for yourself is you've already done so much amazing action and integration. Now this is like taking the invitations I had in the beginning of the message for returning to your healthiest and like, living your best life practices, wellness habits, spiritual hygiene, physical hygiene, energetic, just all encompassing, doing what's best for you. So exercise, nutrition, sleep, journaling, joy, play, envisioning, imagining, and then resting, taking it easy, grounding in nature, connecting with nature, embracing like, and obviously different environments allow for different things and safety conditions. Um, Whatever you can do to connect with nature, whether that be literally going outside, best option. To then also, even if you're indoors, listening to nature frequencies, perhaps getting incense that have more of a nature feel, playing frequencies and sound baths that do that as well. These are all options. And I've been really called to magnolias. Like magnolias have been popping up for me in the last couple of days, like mainly through an incense, but then also I was seeing it like popping up for me online and repeating. So if certain flowers, certain flower essences are calling out to you and popping out a lot, or herbs and spices, take heed of that. There's something about this pile that's also really anything that's going to help you be more grounded by connecting with the earth, like very directly. Um, it's going to go a long way. So holistic health practices can and are very beneficial in general, let alone to this pile right now. So if you've been feeling guided to drink more tea and make some of your own herbal tea, like for example, I have cinnamon clove tea with pineapple skin as well in it that I've made here at home. Spirit was guiding me to do that yesterday, so this is like what I'm having again today. But this herbalism, these herbal remedies, coming back into this nurturing and nourishing your system. So yes, there is this of the mental and emotional level and decisions like rebooting and resetting yourself, taking the time to rest, relax, connect with peace, things of that nature. Also the physical actions for your health, sleeping, resting, stretching, um, maybe body work modalities, whatever you can do to uplift yourself and take care of yourself, to nurture and nourish yourself on all layers and levels because you more or less downloaded the full update and upgrade in package. Now it's installing. Like okay, for those of you who have had a Windows computer ever in your life and you've ever had the Windows update where it's like you shut down the computer, you're like, okay, update or install updates. Obviously, next time you boot it up, it's like unpacking and doing the installation and the application of the upgrade. And so even though the system is on, it's unpacking, unzipping, and loading and installing and wiring in the updates, the changes, what have you. And I just saw 1717 on the clock, so that feels significant. So with this pile, with this situation is like give yourself the grace and space as the 32 gigabytes. You catch up with that, essentially. Let's get some tarot to bring this down to earth. Holiest Spirit Team, Tribes and Guides. Holiest Starseed Collective, Starseed Allies, Family, Friends. What other messages can Pile 1 receive to ground in and apply this message? Thank you. I'm going to take that. Five of Wands, reverse. Walking away from unnecessarily conflicts, letting go of unnecessary conflicts, letting go of being split in multiple directions. I'm going to take these. 17 with the star, confirmation that 17 was meant for you. I was thinking of the star card when it did it on the clock, confirmation. Okay, bottom of the deck. All right, you have a 4-card spread in the bottom of the deck. I'm going to take. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse, followed by the star card, the 5 of Swords, so five fives will be significant. The Hermit, card 9. And then bottom of the deck, 13, Death card. So we have 3 major arcanas, the Star card, the Death card, and the Hermit. Now, I will make it make sense because I know I just flashed a whole bunch of cards at you and you're like, what does it mean? And I'm like, I got you, baby. So baseline opening line with the 5 of Wands reverse, the instant invitation for me was like, walk away from and let go of, practice non-attachment with essentially, yeah, like conflict, just conflict energies, period. Like whether that's with other people that are trying to keep you caught up in some kind of, I don't know, repetitive cycle of just not being on the same page. And then also for some, this really is an internal conflict and battle where it's like, I'm really getting let go of fighting yourself. Choose your healing because with the star card right afterwards, this is the make a wish and also choose the healing and allow divine healing in. There's something about spirit really wanting you to allow yourself to more fully believe in your dreams, in your goals, in your intentions, in your fulfillment coming true. There's something about re-upping your belief and letting go of conflicts and distractions that take you away from focusing on your soul's calling, your North Star, and your greater fulfillment. Like the Five of Swords coming right after, so the star being flanked by two fives, albeit one reverse, one upright. The Five of Swords for me is this is my hollow victory card. So this is the one that I see when somebody essentially is choosing to move forward and they've either let go, they pretty much let go of or walked away from people, events, or situations that do not serve them. Walking away from letting go of challenges and adversities that no longer like well they didn't resonate for a while, but it's just like I'm done. Like I'm not sticking around for this. And it's like I'm gonna take what's rightfully mine and move forward. And if that means I'm leaving a couple things behind, needing to sacrifice some stuff, so be it. Like if this is a shorter term, what feels like a loss, yet I know leads to my greater gain, I'm doing what I need to do to move forward. So this is the energy. It's as if you have awoken to letting go of and being really done with conflict and choosing yourself, choosing your soul's calling, choosing healing, and being willing to experience some I meant to say short term, but yet I said short term. Interesting. So turning a page, turning a leaf, maybe your turn to deal with things. Letting go of like being willing to face a little bit of pain because you know in the long term you're going to get out of it. You're going to move forward. You're going to be free. And so that's why we move into this hermit. And then we even have this death card. It's like right now we're in this hermit energy and this overarching death card energy. Chapter and cycle has ended. It's closed. Now we're integrating. We're grounding. We are coming back into new form, like rebirth. It's as if the old avatar version of self needed to lay down and be put to sleep, go to rest, give it to the earth, and and through that surrender and act of faith and trust and our consciousness being in alignment and our focus of will, we're in this in between. This pile's in this in between of your new and your updated earthly form coming back online. So imagine if we're talking all about all this computer upgrades and updates, right? But now imagine if for this update and upgrade though you needed to send the computer to the shop for a couple days, right? And so in some ways it's like your computer is in the shop and it just needs a little bit, it's needed that time for them to work on it, to handle the upgrades, to install the RAM physically. It's like the combination of getting the RAM upgrade, the physical modification, and then followed up by the software, the updates, the recognition of it that I was talking about before. So it's like this kind of deep upgrading process. So it's not a scary, like we don't need to be afraid. I want to honor everybody's emotions, but it's not a scary death card by any means. It's letting us know, like, yes, that chapter, it's a done data. We're moving forward. Like, the consciousness has chosen to move forward and go in the direction of the healing our dreams and goals. And right now, it's some moments of maybe illuminating and integrating our shadows, um, maybe being a little bit more alone on the path or feeling a bit more alone on the path. And I've been noticing too while I've been recording this reading, it's like my phone is blowing up with notifications, attempting to distract, right? And so it's okay and it's very important that you do what you need to do at this time to recalibrate and take the time for you. And do what you got to do for you so that you can show up in alignment when it comes to the next part of your journey, the next part of your assignment, the next part of showing up and shining. Because I do feel like this collective, it is moving forward, onward and upward to shining and sharing. Yet it's not about rushing it and rushing to the stage, rushing to a destination. It's like taking the time to become fully in ourselves in a holistic and healthy way so that we operate from this updated, healthier version of self, full consciousness and recognition of this version of self. Okay? So that's what I got for pile number one. And they're telling me that's good. So I'm going to leave these tarot cards down for pile number one. I'm going to put the death card down for y'all and take the rest of the tarot deck. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now we are here for pile two, pile with the Atlantis Oracle, the Atlanteans, our Atlantean collective. So thank you so much. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit, holiest Atlantean guides. What is the card? What is the theme and the message for pile two, pathway number two? Here in this now, for this timeless message and invitation. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Love, divine love is calling you. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, and then bottom of the deck for y'all is Athena, card 31. Your superheroic odyssey as admired. Divine love is calling you. And the Athena with the odyssey, your superheroic odyssey is admired. So we have this love card, card 7, and then 31 with Athena. Divine love is calling you. Your superheroic odyssey is admired. I know I'm being repetitive. Spirit is having me repeat it to not only hone in on it more. This pile, point blank period, pile number two, Atlantis energy, your vibe. Whereas pile number one was acknowledging more invitations to really ground, rest, and integrate. Pile number two, we're gonna see what rips off of this. This pile isn't even taking long. It is like almost this vibe of ready to go. And I'm not saying rush or unnecessary haste, none of that. This one is more like your soul, like what is lighting you up, like something that you love is guiding and calling out to you, and like let it lead the way. Like I know it's corny and it's cliche. For some of you, this really could be maybe loving relationship, intimacy, partnership, and going more in on that. For me, it's not limited to that. Not limited to this. I'm feeling as though spirit is, yeah, because I'm noticing how big this like rose quartz energy and crystal is. Like they're really wanting me to behold it as massive and multifaceted. Thank you, spirit. And now I'm getting like, because of the seven on the love card, I'm getting seven of cups, like vision of tarot. Spirit is like this pile. Go in the direction that love is calling you in your life and do and engage and consume and share and spread love. Like let love be in all that you do, all that you share, all that you consume, all that you focus on. Crown, yes. It's like this pile, doing what you love, choosing what you love is imperative. I'm not saying ignore, your head and your mentality and just make heart overhead decisions like blindly. Like please apply discernment and sync up with your guides, pray on things, meditate on things, journal on things, whatever your process is that in which you seek confirmation and clarity, right? And connecting with your soul. Spirit is saying this, do what you love. Choose what you love. If something is not in alignment or the vibration of love and or is taking away from it, threatening it in your life, that's not the decision or choice to make. I understand sometimes maybe not everything is obviously like the most loving choice. Spirit is saying if you don't have to rush, which most times we really don't, take the time to pause, breathe, and reflect and make the loving choice. Infuse love in your choices. Infuse love in your decisions and go in the direction of what is calling you. This is like this, your super heroic odyssey is admired. Like odyssey is for me giving like a journey, like a voyage, movement, exploration, adventure, like an epic legend, like the Odyssey, like the Greek I'm just gonna say the Greek legend. I can't remember if it'd be considered a tragedy or not, or a play, because I can't remember how it ends fully. But either way, an epic. And it's like, you are epic. Live your epic life. Live your epic life of love. Like, with the owl, this is showcasing to me, it's like you have discernment and wisdom, both within, let alone around you, with the support of your spirit guides. Athena also represents wisdom and strategy, and she's a goddess of war. She, unlike how Aries is characterized, though, Aries often having a bloodthirst and willingness and a penchant for battle, Athena often seeks to avoid direct physical and military conflict if she can. She seeks strategy, diplomacy, planning, negotiation, working things out so that there isn't unnecessary bloodshed and violent squabbles just for the sake of it. Seeking to do the greatest, and wisest choices essentially for the parties involved. So spirit is asking for that application in your own life. And it's like you have it. You have the blessings of wisdom. You have the support of wisdom. If you ask, it is given. Invite it in. Surround yourself with your spirit guides and with their love and discernment and wisdom, your holiest selves, love, wisdom, and discernment, and operate from there, make choices from there. Love above all, love over everything, starting within the self. This pile, you've already been doing so much for with your self love. I feel as though this is more so about affirmation, confirmation, encouragement, and giving yourself total permission to go all in on love. And I just saw 3131 repeat on the clock and card 31 with Athena. So 31s may be significant for this pile, as well as ones and threes. Um, we're going to get some tarot to bring this more down to earth. Even the way I feel like my voice got more deep and bassy in this reading compared to the first one. It's like from the base of your being, like your root chakra, like all the way up, like all lit, like in alignment with love, and from your foundation, from your core, being like, I am love, I choose love, I radiate love, I go in the direction of love, I operate with and in love, and that's it, period. And if something's not giving love, it's really not for you. And it's certainly, if it's taking away from love and loving energies, then it's definitely like the affirmation and confirmation for you to make some moves, make some changes, re-strategize so that love flows more abundantly and consistently in your life. This is an empowered pile, and this is a pile and pathway that is very much empowered by love. And once again, I'm not saying rush with your action. I'm not saying haste. What is coming through, though, is that as moments and opportunities arise for you to make choices and decisions, let love be your greatest factor, the greatest weight in which you evaluate and make your choices. Feels as though this pile is moving a bit faster too, which is pretty awesome and fascinating. So let's get some tarot, bring this down to earth, please and thank you. Holy Spirit team, tribes, and guides. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit team, tribes, and guides. Holy Spirit, teams, tribes, and guides. Please lift me up, raise me up to the ultimate, highest, and purest vibration. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this upright. Okay. Has a little bit of a connection with the first pile. So if you're one of the people who's been either listening to the whole reading or, all the piles, whatever, this may extra connect. I'm going to take that. We're going to take it like this. Yes. Okay. So I will say the first card, the Seven of Wands, flew all the way to the Five of Wands tarot spread from the first pile, okay? And it was on top of it. And this card is literally about standing your ground, being in your power, being in your energy. So when I was talking about empowerment message, I just ended with that. The fact that this card is coming out right out the gate, affirmation, confirmation of the channel message thus far. The fact that it flew on top of the Five of Wands, rising above conflict, being split in different directions, things trying to pull you apart rather than bring you together and or take you out of alignment. It's like, nope, You're doing what you got to do to rise above. You are like, yes, this is the Odyssey. It's like, even they show she has her shield and stuff too. It's like, not that you're wearing unnecessary or burdensome armor. It's like, no, I feel like this pile, I feel as though you, for some of y'all, you may resonate with like the armor of God type of things, or protection and healthy spiritual energetic armor. I'll say it that way. Baseline armoring and suiting up in love, shining in love, and especially self love. You are leveling up. You're wielding your power. You're not letting BS from the past hold you back. There's something about, now the next card that followed is the Four of Cups, which is often about like past situations, confirmation, past situations, energies, situations, relationships, things that are no more, yet are trying to emotionally distract us and trip us up. Whether we feel sad, we feel longing, we feel guilty, we feel shame, we feel depressed of it, or a lot, depending on the situation. Spirit is bringing in a cup, a gift, a blessing. It's on us though to not be not be caught up on the past, emptiness, failures, what didn't work out, what no longer exists, whatever it may be. Don't be tripping so much on the past that we miss the blessing coming in. And I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's going to happen. Spirit is bringing it to our attention though, so that we don't stay trapped in our emotions or our mind, because it's like we have this energy where our soul, the soul power, the wansu is rising up, leveling up. The emotions maybe a little bit still like working to overcome past situations and hold the space and fully believe in the blessings coming in. Then we get the third card, the sun card, which blesses everything up that it touches. This is success. This is fulfillment. This is blessings coming in. This is the brighter day, the sun coming out, the sun shining, the sun beaming, new birth, new projects, new creations, blessings, success, okay? And then what comes next is the Eight of Swords, which is feeling trapped in our own mind, a prisoner of our own mind, feeling trapped or limited, yet it really is illusory. It is us being out of alignment with our power, not claiming our power. And then speaking of that, we have the bottom of the deck with card 8, the Strength card, which is all about claiming your personal power, integrating your highest and lowest self, your instincts and intuition, your human wisdom and experience with your highest and holiest wisdom and experience, your intellect and your wisdom, your intelligence and your blessings. Like, infinity, abundance, being in your power and being in your divine authority and sovereignty. Very much giving me the energy similar here, even though they're different cards, I'm feeling them connected for you in this reading. So it's like there's like these peaks and valleys with the way the cards are. It's like Seven of Wands, Four of Cups, the Sun, Eight of Swords, Strength. So with that being said, is if you have wobbles on your journey, on your odyssey, like even like being a ship on the waves, like sometimes there are choppier waters. Okay, but I genuinely feel you're moving onto calmer waters and greener pastures, better blessings. What it takes though is getting and keeping your mind and your emotions right, your head and your heart in alignment. So coming back to that head and heart relationship that we had even in the beginning when I was channeling the love card. Spirit is wanting like more love to infuse everything, to guide everything, to heal everything. Self love practices are going to be, is what I would say, can be very beneficial, is very beneficial for this pile. Because by engaging in and keeping the love energy uplifted and active around you, you're going to feel more empowered. You're going to be more in your power and you're going to make more and more choices from that space. So whatever you do to feel and be and grow in love with yourself and your environment and your space, who and what you are, please keep doing that. And if you feel as though things have been a little bit like stale or like not as fresh in that regard, allow yourself to explore new activities, habits, practices, wellness rituals that can increase, revamp, get that self love up and flowing. This isn't the time to quit on yourself. It never is. But this especially is not the time to quit on yourself or your journey or your adventure. So do what you gotta do to love up on yourself. And also like, it's almost as if like I'm picturing like a ship. I keep coming back to the ship metaphor, and it's like clean your ship, revamp your ship, your vehicle, your sacred vehicle, your sacred vessel, that you occupy. And like I'm getting Merkaba energies and sacred geometries as well. It's like take care of yourself and love up on yourself and shine as well as be prepared to shine because you're growing and expanding. There's just these moments, these glitches in your own personal matrix where your mind and emotions attempt to, not all of them, but there are things that attempt to pop up to try to trigger, particularly past energies and connections that want to trip up and trigger you so that you glitch out with your emotional body and or your mental body and thus slow down or lag behind going the direction of where your soul and the love is calling you to go, where your odyssey is calling you to next. So practice your discernment, engage your spirit guides, team and tribe, and continue liberating yourself, moving forward with the power of love, with your sovereignty, with your strength, because you've got it. The blessings are here for you. And divine love is calling you in greater fulfillment. Yeah. Yeah, this one feels pretty complete with this pile. I think the final thing I'll say is allow the love. Like I'm almost hearing give love a fighting chance for someone. Like take that if it resonates, but that's the phrase. It's like give love a fighting chance, however that resonates with you and however that lands with you. And I'm gonna leave that there with this pile, okay? I'm gonna put down the strength card to leave and close out that line. And again, eights will be significant. 7 and 8, as well as I'm getting 31 for this pile, will be significant numbers. All right. Let's get into final pile 3 with the Ascended Masters. Here we go. Please and thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pile number 3. Ascended Masters. What do we have for this part of the collective of the love tribe here today, here in this now? May I receive a message to focus in on for this collective, to land us, to ground this reading. Before we close out this reading for the day, for the beloved, pile number 3. What is the T, Holy Spirit? There we go. Flying. I have teacher, and they want another pile. There we go. Wow. Instantaneous. Bottom of the deck. Okay, similar to pile 1. Okay, but also different. So the cards that flew out, we have teacher with Mahachuhan Ragatsky. That one's always a hard one for me to say. I'm usually good with words, but it's like Russian, I believe. So Mahachuhan Ragatsky with teacher. And then we have Holy Michael, Archangel Michael with you can do it. You can do it. And bottom of the deck is retreat into nature with the green man. This is why I said there's a connection with pile number 1. So if any of y'all were curious about pile number 1, listen to pile number 1 and resonated, but also felt drawn to pile number 3. This could be your tie in, your confirmation here, bottom of the deck, with this retreat into nature. Once again, messages of grounding, of slowing down, allowing the power of nature to really soothe you, to comfort you, to delight you. I'm feeling like this invitation and this energy of feeling very like pleasant in nature, feeling in love with life, allowing yourself to love yourself and the earth by taking time out and a pause in a natural setting, in a nature-based setting, allowing the nature to kind of rekindle the love and the appreciation and the gratitude you have and can have for being alive, and at the very least being in that location you're in, that natural location. So grounding and leveraging nature and nature-based, I want to say like products and resources and holistic products and resources will do wonders for you. Okay, I'm just making sure the microphone is good too. Now with the main message or the additional message, but teacher and you can do it. For this pile, we're gonna get some tarot cards that bring this down to earth. I'm gonna say this one feels the most directly and openly. I want to use the word esoteric is coming through for sure. And I'm even feeling more around my crown and third eye as I say that. So this is for my pile where you already know. I feel as though this is the pile where I'm going to get a reading and I'm going to say things that I may not fully know exactly what I'm talking about. However, I'm going to be channeling and saying the exact things that help you connect the dots for yourself, building upon your own intuition, instincts, discernment, and mysticism so that you can connect the dots and basically unlock and or gain the clarity that was meant to find you here in this now. This is a very mystical meetup that we're experiencing with this pile. And this one is really one for you to trust in your own power, trust in your own, like the level that you're at, the skills and talents that you have, the intuition, the discernment, the tools, the tricks, like the everything you are and possess, and to trust that you have leveled up and you are at a layer and level in which you are being guided to show up and share more. Like the you can do it with Holy Michael, that for me is the direct confirmation, like it's verbatim, you can do it, encouragement. I'm also getting the energy and vibe of like, not only you can do it, it means like, do it. Like this is also with the, for some, and it's not in an aggressive way, it's not a rude way. I am feeling a summons, like being called, like by the divine, by the messengers, by your spirit guides, by your soul team, by your soul, like being like, show up and share. This is the time. It is time for you to show up for class, teacher, not just the student. You will always be a student of the divine. You will always be a student of life because every good teacher continues being a student and a scholar and developing themselves in their craft, in my opinion. And I believe this pile, y'all are about that life. Spirit is wanting to bring into the forefront of your embodiment and your consciousness, though, that you are no longer solely the student and to give yourself more credit and recognition of how you teach by your example, how you lead by your example, how people are learning from you and your example, your way of being, your perspective, your talents, and how you use them and share them. For some, this is about affirmation and confirmation that you are being seen, heard, observed, and felt. And it's not just for people to clock you, but always protect yourself, and banishing and rebuking, monitoring energies and spirits, blind, deafen, and mute them, of course. Um, this is spirit saying for me, like, it is time to offer and share and extend your wisdom and your talent and your greatness in the world, your higher wisdom and learning, and to accept that there are people who are already learning from you. So now this is about like resisting it less. This is about like letting go of the resistance and accepting it and leaning more into it. This is about showing up more for your calling. Like that calling I'm getting, like the Holy Michael, the do it energy. It's like what you are being called to do, how you're being called to serve, like the way in which you are being guided to divinely labor. It is like labor. It's like, sure, I'm not saying burn out. I'm not saying do too much. I understand a lot of these words have a lot of contamination and tatedness due to capitalism. And I acknowledge that and I honor that. At the same token, I want to reclaim these words and use this language in a way that holds full space for you practicing your health, wealth, and wellness practices, your boundaries, your rituals, your practices, your habits that help you maintain your success and your capacity. So this is not a call for burning out. This is not a call for self-betrayal and abandonment from wellness and people pleasing and self-sacrifice, martyrdom or messiahdom. No, not at all. This is acknowledging you are a regal being and regal soul with beautiful gifts, treasures, talents, and wisdoms to share. The time is now to be doing so, to continue doing so. And it's like you've already been doing it. It's like I feel the spirit is saying you've already been doing it. Now this is really about accepting it and then basically doing so with more intention and awareness. This is like acknowledging it's like, okay, you know what? I'm in this role. I accept this role. This is my time. So how am I going to leverage my time? How am I going to be strategic with my time, with my callings? How am I going to balance taking intentional time for experiencing grounding, centering, love, pleasantness, pleasure, joy, happiness, peace? How am I going to do all that? Take the time for that. and also move in the direction of my goals, of my calling. And not just the how, because don't obsess too much on the how. Spirit is having me point out, because your intuition is really guiding you with ideas and things you can do, and that will help you for your greatest good. It's more so Spirit saying it's like, claim and own these different things that you want. Claim and own the fact that you want a harmonious and balanced and multidimensional life. Claim that you want a healthy schedule and itinerary that allows you to be in alignment, showing up with your purpose, being that light, that beacon, that teacher, that sharer, that contributor in the way that you're meant to, while also contributing and sharing to your own cup, fulfilling yourself, being out in nature, connecting with community and loved ones and tribes, essentially being, doing, and having it all, living your best life, claiming your best life, and acknowledging that living one's best life does come with certain quote unquote duties and responsibilities to show up and show out and share in certain kind of ways. With that being said, we are not bound. We need not be bound by and defined by the harshest, strictest colonial and capitalist ways of being that have been popularized in this world and in many mainstream, in many societies, excuse me, up until this point. It's like, no. It's like, we believe in miracles. We believe in magic. We believe that people can actually really live on this earth happily and experience more and more ease and flow and grace and be able to overcome contrast when it does pop up with less tragedy and less like being fully taken out and fully shaken. You know, like those existences are there. We can conceive it. So we can believe it. So let's do it and be it. All right, let's get some tarot to bring this down to earth. This is some big manifestation. And this doesn't mean like go and OD or overthink it with manifestation rituals. No, this is like a pile. I see like really you doing what you're called to do is like also you naturally working your magic. It's like your highest and holiest self and your spiritual teams and magical teams across dimensions and space are legit like casting the magic, weaving the spells. The threads of fate are coming together by you choosing your destiny. It's like you are aligning to the highest and greatest, most miraculous timeline. The more and more you feed into this belief and take these steps and do what you're guided to do, and also live a life that is harmonious and balanced and joyful. It's like the more you dare to be bold enough to live your best life. And there it goes. Spirit trying to get quiet. It's like these activations, even speaking the truth, throat chakra. It's like the more you dare to be bold enough to live your best life, it's like the more that you're anchoring it in reality. And it is revolutionary. And there are things that try to come along and distract you and derail you because there are forces that don't want you to be that successful and embodied version of self. This is for my pile that can handle and accept the fact that contrast exists in the world. This is the pile that accepts and acknowledges that like while you are becoming an amazing greater version of yourself and you fully believe in the releasing of resistance and limitation and you're consistently moving forward even if you don't always feel consistent in the grand scheme of things, you are consistently moving forward because you're not giving up on your belief that things can and are better. You're not giving up on connecting with and anchoring in and allowing the upgrades, updates, and better timelines to unfold in your life. Because of that, with that, you understand that being an agent for all of those intentions, energies, and desires, and being in this multidimensional, multifaceted, multiplicative universe, you understand that there are other forces and agents that may be counter to the things that you are allowing, pursuing, embodying, forces that could be counter to your mission. And that it's not anything to be overly afraid, not to give away our power. It's just things to be aware of so that when we encounter contrast, we can be more well equipped and ready to respond and transmute that energy, as well as not allow it to attach itself to us when it dares enter our energetic field in space. This is for my alchemists and my superheroes and my badasses who are just like, I'm trying to find language where I'm not just like cursing or going too hard because I know this is YouTube. Um, you're owning being a bad bitch, period. Just being being a real empowered alchemist and just understanding it's like even if you don't know something in the moment or something isn't clicking, it's like you know the moment, the time will come, is coming, where you're gonna get it, where you're gonna overcome it, where you're gonna be it, where you're gonna do it. I think that's why it's even taking so long with the tarot and not just instantly popping out because it's like the message has already been delivered. There we go, Spirit. Thank you. All right, let's get one more, please, and thank you. We have the Nine of Wands on top of the Page of Pentacles, were the first two that popped out. Here we go. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, yay. Okay, Spirit. Thank you. So we had the Nine of Wands on top of the Page of Pentacles. So right away, this is the Wounded Warrior card. This is the card sometimes I feel where it's a person who's gone through it, gone through a battle, felt pain. It's like they've put up this wall, this barrier, and they've kind of like taken a step back, and it's like leaning back and kind of being a little bit hesitant maybe to re-engage with the world, with the journey, with the adventure, with what's called. It's like, and it's not bad. Sometimes it's taking the time to tend to one's wounds, lick one's wounds. However, we risk if we stay there for a long time, we could be just checking the microphone. Okay, we're good. We could risk staying in we could risk staying in a comfort zone even though it's really uncomfortable, right? It's like not actually a comfort zone, but we're just staying there. And since it's on top of the Page of Pentacles, which is giving me the energy of an individual who has an opportunity, a chance in the palm of their hand, a resource that they can work with, that they can, excuse me, confirmation, build off of in their hands. They're considering it, they're praising it. This can also sometimes be my card of being a student, like being, and notice how I said the card of being a student, we've been having the teacher student thing. So that is definitely coming up a lot. So for some of y'all, if you've been like considering a course or you're in a course or something of that nature, like leverage that opportunity fully, workshop, whatever it could be, like leverage it fully, lean into it, as well as not only leaning into it and just being the student and consuming it, like what it gives you, it's like be the alchemist with it. It's like apply it and allow it to, and the artist, allow it to inspire what you do with it, how you apply it, how you make it your own, how you apply, how your soul receives what it was guided to receive, and then how would your soul apply or direct that energy and transmute it, reform it, transform it in a way that serves and that you're meant to. Followed by the Temperance and the Hierophant, the two major arcana, and the last part in the row would be the Eight of Cups around the corner, the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck is Three of Pentacles, so I know that's a lot of cards at once. Basically, what I'm getting with the Temperance, 1 and 4, which would become a 5, and then the Hierophant, which is a 5. So 5s will be significant, and also when I was recording this, I saw 5555 on the little countdown timer or whatever, duration timer. So 5s are very significant. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, I'm feeling with this pile. Yes. Yes. Overall, you already know you're being called to take forward movement in your life, to move out of the comfort zone, to get out of the wounded warrior energy, to start allowing yourself to live as a healed and more healed version of yourself. And even if you're feeling a little bit more like a student, a little bit more like a novice, like maybe I'm not feeling like this collective like completely is lacking confidence, no, but maybe you're not feeling like the fullness of your confidence, like full spark confident. However, there is this energy of like we're feeling on enough to be willing to move forward. So spirit is acknowledging and celebrating that. So please lean into it. With the temperance and faith though, it is a little bit of like I'm not getting like full slowdown energy. Like I'm not getting a stop vibe here. What I'm getting is a pause, check in, and sync up with your faith. Sync up with your spirit. Like get right on your spiritual foundation, your spiritual practices, habits, footing, and foundation. Really syncing up with your angels and guides, with the highest and holiest energy, wisdom, and light. So once again, this very esoteric pile. It's like engage in your spiritual hygiene, practices, and rituals. And by doing so and syncing up with faith, from there, you will be guided on how, like basically, you'll be guided to move on and move forward. And you're going to be guided on like essentially the most aligned path. So I do feel this energy for this pile. There is some kind of moving on, moving forward, at the very least with cups from emotions, like emotions that no longer serve, like outdated old emotions, like moving on, letting go, non-attachment, moving in the direction of your calling, where your soul is guiding you, allowing faith to guide whatever sacrifices you need to make to move forward and advance on the path. I'm feeling this pile is really being guided by faith, being guided by faith. For some, you may even be guided like for travel. Like I'm feeling like a pilgrimage, a holy traveler, um, traveling ministry for some, like vibes of that nature. But sharing, spreading your gospel, spreading your wisdom, spreading your knowledge, like being that teacher, being moved and guided by your faith, by spirit, going where you are called to serve. And with the bottom of the deck being the Three of Pentacles, this is showcasing to me that aligned connections, partnerships, and collaborations are around you already, supporting you already, and there are more. And even if you don't feel them or see them now, they are around you and they are on your path. You, by moving forward in alignment, following your faith, you will run into your soul family, your soul tribe, in these guided partnerships and collaborations. The right ones are appearing on your path to help you. So if you've been feeling a little bit more guarded and alone, Spirit is saying, as you go in the direction of your calling, your commitment, where your soul is leading you, you will be brought unto soul family, soul tribe, soul health, teammates, companions, things of that nature. People on your path, meant to be on your path, meant to help you, meant to support you, as well as you with them, like mutual exchange. This is not about feeling disempowered or feeling inferior on a lower level. Like, no, not all. These are aligned meetings. Like the same way moments earlier I said this was an aligned mystical meeting. This is a part of it. Like I'm a part of that. Not trying to interject myself in your story like way too much. Like no, but letting you know like this reading, this transmission, our connection here, our souls exchanging this information, this wisdom is meant to happen. For my path, like you know where you're being guided to go and what you're being guided to do. It's not giving me a whole lot of specific actions on what that is, especially if this is a general collective reading. So if you want more specific, please book me. The links are down in my description below. But it's like, take care of yourself. Do what you're guided to do and take the time out for joy, for play, for rest and peace. Like I said, this is not about becoming a workaholic. This is not becoming like overzealous and, like I said, becoming a martyr or a messiah. It's not about that. This is walking a middle path, a healthy path, being somebody who walks in alignment and embodies the fullness of their purpose and lives an amazing and great life. And they understand that those things are mutually inclusive, not exclusive. And through you living your life, you teach others because you are the example. You're showcasing them. By you living out your divine blueprint, you're showing others how they can live out theirs and live that mutually inclusive, amazing, abundant, fulfilling life. All right, so that's how I feel about the last pile. So thank you all so much. For everyone who may have listened to all of them. Like eights are very significant for the collective overall. Like so 8, 5 is significant as well. Sevens and 17 also, okay? As well as 31. Definitely 31. All right, y'all. So once again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Book me for a personal reading if you'd like to get something more specific. My name is Dil Divine. I'm your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul coach. Links are down in the description below. And I can't wait to see you again soon for another reading. And I'm wishing you all such a blessed now. All right, take care.